Chat. Less than two crew. Squad. How y'all doing? Welcome in. Welcome into Promise Month. Promise Month day number 14 or flip it. Okay, 2 weeks of Promise Month in. We got 2 more weeks to go. We're in the midway point pretty much of this little journey we've been on. But we don't know when the journey ends for the other milestone we're celebrating today. And that is 5-year anniversary of me streaming. It is a very surreal experience to me. Because I am 33. So 5 years of out of 33 is a pretty decent chunk of one's life. You know, it's a little more than a sixth, a little less than a seventh, like a 6.5. What I'm trying to say is, as a nostalgic boy, as an empathetic boy, as a sensitive one, it feels like a lot of feels. It feels like a lot of feels. And so, to the fact that I started 5 years ago, and it's both felt like it's taken a long time to get here, but also it's taken no time and it's gone quick, is surreal to me. Absolutely surreal to me. But before we get anywhere else, let's say hello to the early chatters here. Jen, welcome, and Samantha, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Buttercup, hello. Live in the building. We got Finn Fan saying currently watching Goose Goose 92. Ooh. Okay, let me ask you a question, Finn Fan. What's different from 92 to where we are now? Because we are on like 215 at this point. So what are the big differences you are noticing? Russ, thank you so much. Robert Tubies, welcome in. Mandy, hello. Kalita, thank you so much for being here. Shondell, thank you for the 47 month. Appreciate you. Welcome in. We could have had a lesson to Goose Goose lobby. Unfortunately, we couldn't, Brian. That wasn't for a lack of trying for today. I promise you that. Angela, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Musketeer in the building. Hello. Jill, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Christian, thank you so much. Tafka, welcome in. May, thank you. Raylatch, hello. We did it, MJC. We did it. We made it to 5 years. And here's another 5 years. Who knows? 15 years. Who knows? That's the best part of it. I have no idea. We're just going to keep going until we're not going. Jenna Lee, welcome in. Gravity Glue, hope you're doing well. Be Straight says, congrats on 5 years. Thank you so much. AKA, thank you. Michael Horn, appreciate it so much. What are we playing today? Today, we're going to talk. We're going to reminisce a little bit. Some of you who may have been here, who are more new to the community, might learn of some lore from the past. And then, yes, I will be fulfilling the Promise Month day 14 fucking trying baby food on stream. This looks okay. We don't yuck food, right? Food is food at the end of the day. This looks awful. It is a harvest turkey dinner. And let me tell you, I'm not here for it, but it's going to have to happen. So it is what it is. It is what it is, chat. Thank you so much, Jackie. Appreciate it. McKinley Spot, thank you for the 11th month. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here about a year here, supporting the stream. Thank you. Sally, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Nathan, thank you for the 14 month here. Where's Goose Goose? Okay. I have a feeling, because I didn't put out a graphic or mention, some of you may be coming in here to ask this, which is not an invalid question, mind you. Let's make it clear. Very valid to ask me, where's Goose Goose today? So here's what happened. So I went ahead and did what I usually do, which is I started messaging all of the potential participants for Goose Goose, and I had to give them an extra bit of note. I had to let them know, hey, listen, Goose Goose this week, but also it's gonna have to be a short one because I have the Survivor 50 draft at 7. And by 7, I mean 7 Eastern. So just to let you know, it's about a 2-hour lobby. A lot of people were just straight up not available. They're like, I can't even do it. I'm not around. I was like, okay, that's fair enough. That's cool. And then I got like 2 yeses. And then a couple of other people were like, I'm like free after 7. And I was like, well, this is the 1 week where that, like, because we've had people who are like, yeah, I can show up at like 7:30. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Completely fine. But today I'm like, well, that's done. So we didn't have enough people. So then ultimately, I was like, okay, it is what it is. But also, I'm still in the middle of Promise Month, so I'm still in the middle of putting out content myself. I will say though, in order to let y'all know, in case anyone would like, I did go ahead and put up a new VOD over on the old YouTube channel. So if you are interested in watching some old Goose Goose today, it's one of the actually shorter lobbies, about 2 hours. So if you wanted to watch that and then hop into doing some draft watching, that is definitely an option for you. That is the video there. Otherwise, if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, you will see it in the package, so you'll be fine. But there you go. All right. Thanks for making us smile for 5 years, Michael. It's been an honor. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for 5 years, y'all. Thank you. And thank you. I love shoes. Appreciate it. Happy 5 years, pal. Here day one and day one of your RGB journey too. Taylor, I've appreciated you the entire way. Even though we both support different teams, we can still come together and celebrate the good stuff. Botswat, welcome and hello. Tomster, thank you so much for the 15-month. Wait, my sub-anniversary is on your anniversary. How funsy, super exciting. I'm at work with no sound, but glad to be here for so long. Tomster, I hope your shift goes well. I mean, you did say you are with no sound, so I hope your shift goes well. I'm going to telepathically send it. Hopefully you achieved it. Purple Paprika, thank you for the 45th month. You appreciate you. Thank you. It's crazy seeing no draft. Everyone is high energy back then at 92. Yes, everyone is high energy. Ooh, are you saying there's people not high energy now? No Goose Goose doesn't make me sad, but I understand. Hey, makes me sad too. It feels weird. Like I've never been a routine guy, but now with Sundays without Goose Goose just don't feel like Sundays, you know? Thought maybe you come in on costume like the hot dog. Why would I be in a costume? Why would I do this to myself, May? Gina, thank you so much for subscribing for 6 months in advance, and I'll be here all the way into the new, right about the new year. Mark, thank you so much, Gina. First day of getting my Twitch sub moved to desktop and not having to pay the Apple tax. Yay! Congratulations on freeing yourself from the Apple tax, Gina. Thank you for resubscribing. And Woony with the tier 3. Thank you so much for resubscribing for 55th month. Appreciate it, Woony. Hope you're doing well. Oh, you went savory. Good luck. Listen, that wasn't my choice. That was chat's choice. The whole point was y'all decide, and you decided meats, even though I didn't want meats. It is what it is. I have to. This is my thing to deal with now, unfortunately. So it is what it is. I'm sure it will taste worse than it looks. Well, that's reassuring. Walking to Rita's to get a frozen custard in your honor. Enjoy, Stephanie. Why would you have not just gone for some sort of baby food fruit? Because Shondell, chat had to decide. We had to run a poll yesterday. Should have gone with applesauce again. I agree, but you pick an order or 49 order. Oh, you want to talk about the controversy that went on in the drafters group chat yesterday? So here's the situation. So as I said, tonight's the draft. I'm coming in as the champion, the first 2-time winner. Okay, the one and only PZV, aka Draft King, aka me. So I'm coming in the draft, and I made sure to message Rob before anything got locked up, just to clarify, hey, this is the next draft, right? So we're going from 48. We're drafting 50 first. This is the next draft. I get to decide the draft order, right? Like, that's cool with you? And he was like, yes. And I was like, say less. So Rob's like, yes. And I said, perfect. Sounds good. Some of the drafters did not like this news that I'm doing the drafting. Setting up the draft order, rather. Main Girl, thank you for the 17-month. And MJC, thank you for the 15-month. Appreciate both of y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And welcome back into Lesson 2 crew. So Friday night, when I'm doing the pad, I see in the group chats, one of the drafters wrote, so have we figured out... No, what was it? It was like, so... Okay, you know what? Let me not lie to you, right? I'm not going to read word for word what's going on in this group chat, but let me say accurately what was said, Oh, so the question was, does Rob pick the draft order because of the who will be on 50 draft? And I said, nope. And then it was like, well, that doesn't seem fair. And then it was like, well, that's not the case. That's not how it's going to go down. I am champion. I make the draft order. So then there was a bit of a conversation about how, because I won the 48 draft, I should pick the order for 49. And then it was like, well, that still doesn't answer who picks the draft order for 40 what's it called? For like 51 at that point. So no, not 51. So it was like, but then who or does this one? So long story short, I was like, I'm standing 10 toes down. I've already got clearance. This is my draft order. This is the one for me. And so there was a bit of back and forth. It was like, okay, no, but what it should be is, because this was how I saw it, right? I was like, I picked the draft order for 50. It's the next draft. I picked the draft order for 50. And then for Survivor 49, we spin a wheel. We go random because y'all don't want me just setting the draft order twice, which is fair. We go random, which also I think random makes a lot of sense for 49, because if you want to factor in that there's 2 returnees coming from that season and they're highly sought after, like maybe because, you know, they're like guaranteed to do well because they're on 50, people might go for those. So you spin the wheel that way. The wheel kind of decides. I feel like that works anyway. So you spin the wheel for 49 there. Then for the 49 season plays out. The winner of season 49 now cannot pick a draft order for 50 because 50 has already been drafted. So then the winner of 50 doesn't pick any draft order because 50 is like an all-star season, kind of his own thing. The winner of 49 picks the draft order for 51. And this is where it went a little bit all over the gaff, where it was like, no, it should be random for 50 at least. Then you pick 40. Then everything else should be the way that was mentioned, where I pick the draft order for 49. Then the winner of 49 picks the draft order for 51. The 50 gets no draft order pick done. But then some people were saying, well, it makes no sense for the winner of 50 to not get something like to pick the draft order. And I was like, well, I feel like we've never really planned this. We've never really planned for us to be in a situation where 50 is going to happen first. Like we don't have a contingency plan for if there's a returnee season, and we drafted before the season even starts. So we're like, we can talk. Listen, all I was saying is we can talk about it in the future, but there were no rules and regulations stated beforehand. I won the last season. I should get the pick. And then it was like, well, are you only saying this because you won? And I was like, let's be very honest here. No, because to me, this kind of feels like the reward for being the first one to win twice. So, I mean, is it convenient that I won? Yes. But also my argument is I didn't know this draft was happening until like a week and a half ago, at which point Survivor 48 had finished. I didn't even know. It wasn't like we decided before the season. Okay. So then, what do we do? Okay. So let me catch up with y'all now here. Okay. So yeah, so long story short, I will be picking the order for 50. Tonight, I picked the draft order. I said it, and you will not forget it. So that's what's happening. It's been 5 years, been like 2 tops, right? Congrats, Pooya. Thank you, Electric Eagle. Thank you so much. It has been 5. 2020, June 1st, 2020. And we got to congratulate winning the Survivor draft. Thank you, Sally. Appreciate it. This feels like a weird time for I2 where there's nothing really going on television. And then we're going to have more than anything. Also, Pooya pulls off the color green well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I would say so. It's a good color green, though, to be fair. All right. Technically, Ottawa meats out of chosen vegetable for you, and I appreciate it, Rob with 2 Bs. All right. Rob, you get to pick the order since you got robbed of being on the season. Well, what? Rob wasn't even in the draft until like 2 days ago. Listening to the battle mental image of you falling during mini golf is hilarious and tragic. It was a lot. All right. See, a lot of you are speculating who it is. Ow. Okay. Wouldn't it be better to random 50? You choose 49, or 49 chooses 51. Well, that's the question that was made, right? But ultimately, actually, hold on. So then there was still a bit of a disagreement with the whole, like, with the whole order of stuff of like who sets the draft order for what. Then it was okay, so we can discuss it on the pod. We'll like people can make pitches, and then we'll vote, and whoever has the most votes, that can happen. I'll tell you this up front, chat. I've had 4 votes before all the disagreements happened. I've had 4 out of the 7 drafters votes that this can happen. So I know I have the votes. It don't matter. I got the votes. So anyway, today the Podfather chimed in, and he said Pooya gets to decide if he wants to set the draft order for 50 or for 49. Whichever he doesn't pick gets randomed. And honestly, I think that letting 49 be randomed because of the fact that we're going to know 2 of these people are going to 50 and they're going to be highly sought after. I don't want my thumb on no scale there. I would like that to just be up to the gods. Let's do that. Let's move on. And I also think I just saw someone in the chat mention that the winner of 50 should get to set the draft order for the returnee season that happens in the future. I think that's brilliant. I will bring that up to the drafters tonight. That is a great way to get them involved. And then that way, that doesn't have to be a problem for us in the future. Right? Or will we end up being in the very same position we are now? No. That would fix things. Because then let's say 53 is a returnee season. Then the winner of 52... Sorry, the winner of 52. Yeah, 52 will just set the draft order for 54, right? That's fine. Yeah, that works. All right. Want me y'all do the draft today instead of 40 after 49? It's a like returnee seasons often can have a lot of spoilers accompanied with them. That's 1. 2, I feel like it's very fun to capitalize on the energy right now while we're all fresh on it, as opposed to waiting and then seeing bios and that. And like, these are people we already know, so we don't really need the bios. So it's like that. You were co-wronging it? Exactly, Taylor. That's what's happening. Oh yeah, Chase was the one who said, yeah, winner of 50 chooses next returnee season. I love that. I think that's brilliant. Do we think whoever has a problem with them mentioned on the podcast? I mean, we'll find out. Do we know if the people who do preseason press and interviews are in Fiji doing a pre-game interviews right now? I would assume so. Why wouldn't the season 50 draft winner pick 51? Samantha, because the winner of the season 50 draft, because then what will the winner of the season 49 draft do? You know what I mean? The season 49 draft, now that person can't pick what order are they setting? That's the problem. Because we're gonna because I'm the only winner during the 50 and 49 draft. By the time 51 happens, there are 2 draft winners that have not set draft orders. Then you have a little bit of a conundrum. Is there another guaranteed returnee season? No, but I feel like that's the expectation, is it could and will happen. Because see, here's my thing. My thought was, if you win 50, you won the all-star draft. That's its own award. But obviously, if they have to set a draft order, I think the returnee season one makes sense just to fix the order stuff. Because then again, 49 versus 51 and the blah, 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 and the whole thing. But yeah. So I don't know what my draft order, honestly, I don't know what I'm setting yet, for my draft order. I've not locked in yet. There's 24 players. There's 7 drafters, which means there's going to be 21 players drafted, and then 3 players undrafted are going to the audience. The audience basically being the 8th drafter this season. So I haven't decided yet. What level of returnee seasons? So 53 is half and half. How does that go? If it's half newbies, half, I don't know. Listen, if it's half newbies, half returnees, fuck it. Give the 50 person the opportunity to set that draft order. Like, I don't think that. I think basically if it's half or more, then yes, that's a returnee season to me. I love shoes. Good luck with the dishes. I'm just curious whether they released the cast names this early because of leaks or whether because it's Paramount merger mess. Well, not the leaks. They were already going to announce the cast when we got that cast list, correct? I feel like. Sorry for asking that, but I'm always brainstorming. Hey, listen, brainstorming is actually key because this is kind of where I'm troubleshooting. I don't want to end up bringing an idea up on the draft and then they're like, well, what about this contingency? So what are the to-do list before the draft starts tonight? So we're chilling here for the next little bit, right? I'm going to hang out with y'all. We're going to talk some lore, talk some Survivor. You can even, we can talk out loud about some of the decisions to be made. And then I'm going to try some of this, which I'm not looking forward to. And then after that, I'm going to get off stream. I'm going to shower. I'm going to make sure the beard looks nice and good for this draft. Got to look like a champion. And then I'm going to decide what I want to do for the draft order specifically. Like, I know where a couple of pieces can go, and I know what I'm trying to do for myself. But yeah, Rob is drafting. Rob on the patron show, the Ask Rob Anything, the patron Q&A, Rob essentially said I should get to draft on this season. And he put a plea in the drafter chat. He was like, can I draft? And I was like, bro, what do you mean, can I? Yes, join us, please. There's 24 players, plenty for everyone to have some. Because if Rob wasn't there, now the math would have been easy because it would have been 6 of us drafting 4 each. So we would have had 4 players apiece. But I would much rather Rob be there and the audience get 3 as well. So that was easy. Exactly, Taylor. You got to look good for February 2026. What is on your to-do list before the draft starts tonight? I just read that, so I don't know why I read it again. I wonder if Taryn is researching pet peeves. I mean, that's the good thing about a returning draft. You kind of know everybody. You know? What does the prep for a draft look like? I mean, for a regular season of like newbies, it's watching every interview. For me, I watch every interview. I take notes, very minimal notes, more so what the first impressions they have of each other is. And then I do like a grading system of what I deem their physical, strategic, and social skills are. And then and I think, did I add a 4th tier this year? Oh, I mean, I'm not in my regular setup to see what my notes were. But did I write all of that on a computer this year? I may have. Actually, let me check out my Google Sheets. I think I had a Google Sheets this year, chat. I really need to get better with like naming all my documents. There we go. Yes. Yeah. So for example, I had four tiers of 10 points apiece. Social, strategic, physical, vibes. Vibes matters, chat. Vibes matter. If I got good vibes, they were getting high marks there. So for example, you look at someone like, let's say Shaheen, for example. I thought social, strategic, physical, vibes, 8, 8, 8, and 9. He had a total of 33 points out of 40 for me. Then the second highest on the list actually was Mary on overall, had 30. And then it was Kyle who had 28. Kyle had 7s across the board all the way through. But then the notes usually for me also go from very detailed to no detail at all, because more often than not, I'm running out of time getting into the draft. So it is what it is. Also, let me just say a warm hello and thank you to Preston for the 35th month. Appreciate you, Preston. Thank you so much. And Braves Ball with the Prime sub. Thank you so much for using one Prime here, Braves Ball. And welcome back for your second month. Just win both 49 and 50. Then the winner of 49 and 50 can pick the order for 51. Braves Ball, if I win 49 and 50, if I go 3-peat on them, if I hit them with the back-to-back-to-back, do I just retire? I mean, I want to still play for the love of the game, but oh my God, imagine. You anticipate who Taron will want to take one of his potential picks since he took Shaheen? I can't even blame him for picking Shaheen. Like, he had no idea If Taron knew why I was so personally attached to Shaheen, I don't think he would have stood in my face and said, I'm picking him. But also, if he did, it's fair game because this is the draft. I don't want someone to not pick someone for my sake if they really want that person. So, for example, I really wanted Venus 46. I think everyone knew I wanted Venus. I don't think Venus was rated that highly for most people. So they didn't take Venus to spite me. Appreciate it. But then if you're picking Shaheen because you're like, Shaheen's good, then good. Even Asia on the draft was like, you could not have expected Shaheen to drop to you at 5. And I was like, you're right. I couldn't have. No goose today, Amber. Basically, what happened is I asked a lot of the players if they would like to play. A lot of them, outside of anything, were not busy and said no, they're not available. And then a couple of people said yes, and then another couple said I'm free at like 6:45, 7. And I was like, well, the draft starts at 7, and we're not going to be there. So there wasn't enough people. I canceled it, but I have a VOD put up. I uploaded right as I came live here. So if you want to check some goose, it's about an hour 50. So there's that, or you can hang out here and we can vibe out, or we want to go do something else with you. That's also allowed. Will you be drafting the rumored 49 people or leave them as mystery slots? I believe we will be drafting the 49 people. They're on the table. One thing I'm dying for is to know the tribe divisions. I have to think they are going to do half pre, new era, half per tribe, also 3 tribes. Yeah, 3 tribes of 8 with 4 new and 4 not new makes sense. Sunny Drop, hello, welcome in. Chris Cerise, pet peeve is Corey Wartenberger. I go on vibes and how they would just naturally interact. It's a very underrated. Like, I think someone being good on paper, on like strategic or physical, is not enough. I think knowing what kind of makeup they can have is good for your cast. So, for example, just listening to the preseason interviews, when they ask about the first impressions of people, I'm like listening. For example, Joe made it clear he liked Shaheen, he liked David, he liked Chrissy, and then he wasn't really vibing with Charity. Or at least based on the descriptions he was giving, that's who I figured out, you know? So I was like, that's good to know. And then you got someone like, who is this? Cedric liked Kyle, David, Mary. So you start seeing who they think they're gonna vibe with and stuff, and then you're like, you kind of get an understanding of what they can be like. But yeah, Ashley with the 53rd month here. Appreciate you. Welcome back in. Maybe I missed this, but how's anyone gonna pick one of the two unknown 49 players? Like, I'll pick the first reveal for a Niner, and someone else gets the second. So we know who the 49ers are. And because I assume, listen, I don't know canonically if we're going to say I'm picking 49er slot A versus 49er slot B, or I assume what's going to happen is we're probably just going to talk about the two names that we've heard and be like, I'm going to draft this one versus I'm going to draft this one. At least that's what I think. I have no idea. So don't quote me on that. Or if no one wants them, they get all undrafted, you get them as the audience. One thing for like 48, I had Say Low as I got bad vibes from her and felt like she screamed flame out. Turns out I was right. Well, let's see. I had 22 points for Say in my point system here, which actually was one of my lower ones by the looks of things here. Say had one less point than Justin. Justin at 23. I was one of the people who was not as high than Justin as a lot of people were. So I definitely didn't see what everyone else was seeing. And also, I wonder when Christian recorded his podcast with Zach and Corey for The Genius. This had to be right before 50 was officially announced. I don't remember which week it was, but I know he recorded during Goose Goose because I asked him for a week and he wasn't available. So, because he was recording that podcast. This may be controversial, but I don't think you should pick Kyle for your draft this time. Once again, I don't think that's controversial. Taryn helped you get the win. You picked Kyle instead of Shaheen. Now, I'm not going to give him that credit either. Like, he didn't steal Shaheen from me, but he also didn't help me win. We've been drafting the 49ers by name. I have no idea. I think name. Gonna nap. See if the draft sounds good. Taylor, take care. Gosh, AJ added for 47 still makes me sad when absolute afterthought. I still think production Jeff forgot about her the most of the cast. Why do the 50 draft now? Why not wait? I think for a couple of reasons. But the main one is there will be spoilers out in the ether, out in the universe. Now, I have had the benefit, the blessing of not being spoiled for Winners at War, for example. But I have friends of mine, who got spoiled by like the third week of Winners at War that Tony was going to win. And then what's going to happen now? You know? So if something like that happened, like nothing would piss me more if I now cannot participate in the draft because someone just couldn't help themselves and had to go ahead and like put spoilers in front of my eyes. That would suck. So it's that. And also the other part is they just left. So there's a lot of fun energy surrounding it to do it now. But mostly spoilers. No one vibe with Charity in 48 sans Mitch. Her cast still hates her to this day. I don't know if that's true. I've seen her doing TikToks with some of the cast. Are you going to wear a crown tonight? I do not have a crown. I had one crown that I recorded that diss track with, but I threw it out when I moved because it didn't fit my head really. I love Shannon and her unabashed spiciness, but it would be funny to see her reaction. Listen, I have some shit talking ready to go. BB Spicoli, thank you for the one prime sub that you got. Thank you for using it here. Appreciate you. Welcome back for your 12th month, marking a year here with us. By the way, how many days before Big Brother now? We're at about 35 I saw today? Things are heating up. Yo. Justin was still robbed during 48 stupid Yahtzee game. Did you guys discuss how you are handling Tubil from 49? Okay, I think I've talked about this a couple times. I think we can talk about them, and I think we're gonna be able to draft them freely. Because I brought up in the chat if we wanted to like, because if Rob was gonna join, I was like, are we gonna include, you know, we can leave the two 49ers and like the one undrafted to the what's it called? To the audience. Or we could also just go like 49 man, 49 woman to not give anything away to anybody that's not looking for it. But at the same time, because it's a patron pod, and because I think the assumption is most of the patrons are like tapped in and know, I think we're just going to call them by name, but I don't know. And as you've noticed, I've not brought up either of their names either, because I'm like, I don't know if you in the chat have been keeping up and you want to know or not, but we'll find out. You'll find out. Hacker New Era season since 48 had spoilers in it. Luckily, there are no in-game spoilers. There are a couple of rumors of who pre-game with who and who has an alliance, but that's it. And I guess folks feel pretty confident about the leaked 49ers being truly out there on the island right now. I feel like it's practically confirmed Thundercats, yeah. Because I think their names were put out through the very same leaks that confirmed the cast before Probst and Co. did. Is this a reality TV slow point of the year? No Survivor airing. Same with Big Brother and Traders. Yes. The transition between the end of the spring season of Survivor to Big Brother is the true break, reality TV break from everything. We used to have a Big Brother break that was like in between Canada and US. Now our Big Brother break is a lot longer, the off season as we call it. This is reality TV off season. Because then later it picks up like it never went away. Because in about a week, or how many days? I think a week, a little less than a week, is Love Island premiering for those of us that watch Love Island. But as far as your social strategy reality TV, yeah, Big Brother's like the next big one that's coming out. Or wait, am I missing one? No, I don't think I'm missing one. But yeah, there we go. I don't know if I want to know even Patreon. I'm spoiler averse though. That's fair, Jen. Which I think why I feel like we're going to end up going 49 man, 49 woman more than anything, but I haven't talked to them, so we'll see. I anticipate the pre-live portion of the pod to be very much hammering out all the details. Right, Redmond wouldn't lie, that's true. It'd be interesting to know if anyone's opinion changed between now and February. Well, outside of seeing like promotional material or their interviews and getting an off vibe. Like if I pick someone, because I'm like, they're going to do A, B, C, and D. And then in their interviews, they're like, yeah, I would not do B. Absolutely not. I think people expect me to do it, which is why I'm not going to do it. I'm like, shit, I wish I didn't pick this person. But I don't think so. So intriguing since we have no idea how these 49ers played, unlike the rest of the cast, so drafting them is bold. Exactly. It's very true. June 3rd is Love Island premiere. There we go. That's 2 days away. That's amazing. Oh, Fishback spoiled 49. Oh, gotcha. Hey, Vinyl, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And Jennifer Connors, thank you so much. Thank you, both of you. So, yeah. Which is why I also think doing the 49 draft as a random for the draft order is good. Because I'm not going to lie to you. If I am in the 49 draft and I get the first pick or the second pick, at that point, we haven't watched 49 yet, and we haven't watched 50, but because these two players from that season made it to 50, I'm drafting one of them. I want to draft one of them for the 49 season, because there's a world where there is a third winner on the cast, for all we know, and it's one of those two, or there is a chance that they went very far into the game. So, like, there's no way they're the fucking first boot, right? Like, if I pick them and they're the grenade, just take me out right then and there. So, yeah. It feels like mathematically it makes sense to take one of those two. So. The F is for gives no Fs. What? All right. A third winner, so they have a winner on each tribe. I've seen that's a very popular theory that if it is 8 tribes of 3, 3 tribes of 8, that there'd be a winner on each. I do feel like the 49 cast has to make it to final 8 at least, since Tiffany was the lowest returning at 8th. Right. Appreciate it, Lone. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. But yeah. So the one thing that's interesting with a group of 7 drafters, right? Thank you so much, Jen. Thank you. Yeah, 5 years is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So with this draft, there's 7 of us. Rob is coming out of draft retirement, to be here with us for draft number 50. And so the way it's going to go is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. But 7th pick picks twice. So they get 7 and 8. Then it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 is back to first pick. So then first pick picks 14 and 15. So first pick, low key, gets to pick 3 out of the top 15. Then they're done. Then we go back down 16, 17, whatever. And then 7th pick gets like the last of the 4. So I feel like first pick is actually not a bad spot to be in. I also don't think last pick is a horrible spot to be in, because last pick gets 2 picks out of the top 8, which I think is very valuable overall. Because I do think specifically for Survivor 50, I think the odds of you picking the grenade out of a final 4 picks is very low. Like, there's a world where none of us get grenaded because the grenade is in the audience's hands. So imagine the carnage if Rob would have been draftable. Oh, that would have been amazing. That would have been, then I'm telling you, no one would have let me pick the draft order, because they would have been like, absolutely not, no, because everyone wants to pick Rob. So we would have had to just be like, no, Rob goes to the audience. Let's not even do that. Sass, thank you for the 46th month here. Appreciate you. Sorry, 52nd month here. Appreciate you. Here we go. Happy Sunday, one and all. Happy Sunday to you too, Sass. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just in the middle of figuring out what I want to do with these picks, where I want to put people and how I want that to go. And like I said, out of the 7, I have an idea of where I want to put like 2 people. Everyone else, I'm still very open to. Thank you, Tall Skinny Ben. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier today, because obviously 5 years, or as people Shannon, I have not locked Shannon's spot. Shannon's convinced she knows where she's going, and for all she knows, she ends up exactly where she thinks she's going. Shannon is not locked in. The only person that's locked in actually is Liana. I know where Liana's going. Everyone else, I have not finalized where I want to put them. I want to sit in front of the draft order and see, because like I said, doing the math of like, okay, first place is 14 and 15, but then 7th place gets 7, 8, and then 21. I want to see what the best position to be in is, because I actually think being like in the middle, being at the tail end. Being in the smack dab middle might be is good in like a regular draft, might be bad in this one. Or it might just be fine. So, we'll see. I assume the grenade will be the first boot in the first episode, as I have to think the first episode will be a double boot. So it would be the first person who leaves, not both people who leave in the episode itself. It would be the first person who leaves. Yeah, because this happened to me in 41, where 41 had 2 people leaving in the first episode. But because I had both people, it didn't matter. But technically, if someone else had lost someone as the second boot, I would have been the one with the grenade, but I had both. Any chance the person who gets the first back-to-back pick chooses both 49ers? I highly doubt it. I don't know why you would pick the 49ers for 50 when you don't know what kind of player they're going to be at all. Even if one of them is the winner, which if one of them's the winner, the other one is going to rat them out for being the winner, right? So I don't like their odds. And like, it's just such a huge gamble. Are you guys playing lightsabers to see who gets Christian and who gets Emily? What does that mean, Rob? Lightsabers. Do you think we should expect double boots in every episode in 50? I don't know, Molly. I don't know, because to me, if it's a full celebration of 50, wouldn't you want them to be on our screens as long as possible? And would it really make sense for you to then go ahead and give them double boots? Like they could add like 3 more episodes to this season and make it a little longer. They could, but oh god, Sass, that is unfortunately phrased. I'm a bit behind on these for 50. Is there a chance they are going to edge these folks? Here's what we've heard is that they are not leaving Fiji after they are booted. And a lot of people think it's because they don't want the spoilers to be out there, which if that's the case, I'm very happy about. I'm a little bit worried that it's edge of extinction, but I hope there's no edge of fucking extinction. So I'd say double boots for the pre-merge for the first 5 episodes and then single boots from final 14. That couldn't happen potentially. That's also fair. If it's 26 days, how would they make more episodes? Right. Rewatched Survivor Guatemala today, and the challenges location makes me miss old school Survivor so much. It's fair. Lori, welcome in. Big hug era. Love that. So hello. But yeah. Fighting it out where someone feels like Luke and someone else feels like Darth Vader with a steel. Yeah, this is a hard one. Because like I'm trying to separate. Oh my god, chat. This looks disgusting. This baby food looks awful. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. What flavor? Fucking Thanksgiving harvest. No, harvest turkey dinner. Harvest turkey dinner. I think they may just leave the pre-jury in their own separate hotel area in Fiji. Yes, probably. That is awful. I agree. I don't think there's time for Edge of Extinction with 24-26 split. I also agree with that as well. There's just not enough time for any of that. The only acceptable baby food flavor is bananas. Where were y'all to vote on the poll yesterday, chat? Unfortunately, it was decided for me. My fate was not in my own hands. My fate was in the hands of the fans. You, the less than 2. Will Liana partake of the Thanksgiving harvest with you? She will not be. She will not be. Ice cream. Who wants Thanksgiving flavored ice cream? Oh, God. But chat, if you had, just so I know, have they confirmed 50 is a 26-day season? They've confirmed it won't be a 39-day season, but they have not mentioned if it's going to be 26 proper. It could be a little longer, but I don't recall there being anywhere where Jeff has said it is a 26-day season. He's only said it will not be a 39-day season. Do you think it'll taste better warmed up? I don't even want to think about it, to be honest. It is 26 days per Redmond. All right, Meridian Review and Redmond on the case. They're saying 26. I'm going to be sad when Promise Month is over. I love these daily streams. I'm glad y'all are having fun with these. I'm so glad you're all having fun with these. Chat, let me ask you something. Oh, God. Lori, absolutely not. Okay, let me ask you something. If I said, all right, chat, you get the first pick of Survivor 50, who are you picking? Just so I'm aware where you would go. Who are you picking? Just give me the name. I want to see roughly what the chat would do. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Christian on pure bias. I've never seen his season is hilarious to me. Chat, some of these names you're putting here, I think are stealable. In this cast of 24, I think there's an opportunity on some of the names you've mentioned to get back in the backswing. It's very hard, though. The problem is, it's a cast of 24, so big cast, 1. 2, we are not all the same people. I feel like what happens with Big Brother usually, the Big Brother drafts are harder because there's like a consensus 5 players that are everyone's top 5 in some capacity. And then everyone else kind of, it's like personal opinions of who you like, who you don't like. I feel like with Survivor, depending on the season, there's a lot of different people. For example, 48, Liana and I had vastly different opinions on this cast compared to the rest of the drafters, because we got everyone we wanted and we had some bottom picks. But yeah, to me, first pick is for someone you don't feel confident will be available later, which is why I said Suri. Very fair. Very fair. The problem is, what are the odds that any of the drafters will watch this, chat? What do you think? It's what, 5:30 Eastern? The draft is in an hour and a half. What are the odds that the drafters are going to end up watching this? I want to see how freely I can talk. I'm not trying to give up any information, per se. 20%, 30%. Right. Well, let me quickly take a little peek-see and see if any any handles here speak to me. Yeah, I don't think anyone is around. I think it's just us, chat. It's just us. I'll tell you this. If one of the drafters is in here and in the next 10 seconds writes in the chat, I will heavily consider which draft number they want. But only in the next 10 seconds. That's it. That's it. Action offer? I know, right? Yeah, okay, papaya. Who do we see as the Yammer ups who get sniped early due to their past reputation? What, like on the cast? Like, do you get voted out? Our digital NDA? I think so. Listen, if y'all are abiding by the digital NDA, we can talk about this a little bit. Because there's a couple of people on this cast that I value highly. But it's a gamble on whether or not I think the rest of the drafters will value them highly. And low-key, I'm kind of hoping, for me personally, that some of these drafters are a little bit more, they want their faves. Because if they want their faves, I think I can get who I want out of this draft and do well. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah, because there's a couple of people like I don't really rate highly, but I think some will, and I think they're going to go for it. They're going to just go for it. So, I'm like, go for your face. That's fine. I'm not looking there right now. I'm looking to win. I'm looking to win initially, and then after that, I'm trying to pick to not get grenaded. Really is the two things I'm trying to do out here. Maybe look at your faves, pet peeves. The pet peeve meta is dead, chat. The non-pet peeve meta has the most wins right now, and that's me. The vibes meta. The vibes meta and the energy meta. That's a fair assessment on Christian for sure. I think fair assessment on Suri even. That Suri would get picked early. Yeah, just a reminder to chat in case you didn't know. You may have come in late, you're not sure. I'm avoiding talking about the names of the 49ers just in case someone has stayed with what the CBS has announced and do not want to know for when they watch 49. I think to those of you that are on that journey of avoiding those spoilers, I wish you a lot of luck because I know it's going to be a very tough year for you. So if you somehow get all the way to 49 without getting spoiled, I commend you. But I will be a little bit worried for you. But wishing you all the luck. I assume, and here's the thing, for all I know, chat, we're calling them by their names on the pod tonight. I have no idea. But I'm assuming we're going 49 male, 49 female. I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Taryn and Channel are your 15 minutes of one take Suri from the other. I don't think either are going to get that chance. Let's see. I tried to stay pure, but the streets wouldn't let me, so spoilage accepted. Thundercats was like, listen, I don't have the energy to deal with this avoidance all summer. I can't do it. The draft tonight is patron only, but this draft will be released to the public in February before 50 is premiered. So yeah, it'll be out there eventually, but for now, it is just going to be for us. And by us, I mean the patrons. I'm going to live the draft, so it's a different story. And obviously, if you tune in tomorrow and you want to know who I got, I can tell you. But also, I don't know if we're putting the graphic out of like who drafted who. I don't know. But I can tell you who drafted who. I don't think I'm going to get sworn to secrecy. I don't think there's a digital NDA in place for me on that podcast. Mainly because not everyone does what we do. Also, Sass, I think I did say thank you with the 50-second amount, but thank you again. Why not? Get another thank you. In which case they'll bitch out whoever picks Suri. They're gonna turn their energy on the person who had no say in where they lie in the draft. I'm just trying to figure out how to watch on Patreon new patron. Ooh, gotcha. Main girl, I think what happens is, and I don't think Sam's in here to give us the correct answer, but some of you are patrons, you can correct me here. But basically there's gonna be a post that says the Survivor 50 draft, and it's just gonna be a YouTube link. It'll give you a YouTube link, you click it, and it's a YouTube link to the draft, which is privated. So no one is gonna be able to watch it on YouTube except for those with the link. I think, right? That's what happens. I think that's the case. Terranoia, welcome in. Happy 5 years to you too. Yup, there we go. All right, there we go. Sorry. I said happy 5 years to you too. I mean, you're a part of my community, so happy 5 years to you as well. Happy 5 years to everyone here in the chat. But in hindsight, I feel like that was a bit of a reactionary response. It was kind of like when someone says happy birthday, and you're like, you too. And you're like, shit, but it's my birthday. But I hope you understand what I meant now. Okay. Y'all forget who the OG Suri supporter is. You shouldn't fight hard regarding Suri because while she may go far, she won't get to final 3. Well, curses are meant to be broken. Wrong chat, my bad. Can of Biscuits and Lori, where are y'all hugging each other? Are you in another chat right now? Did y'all get caught being in another chat right now? What is this? What is this? I'm going with allegedly, seemingly, no, for not allegedly. We don't know how they identify. True. It's all good. All right, cool. But yeah. Oh, gotcha. Can of Biscuits. But yeah. Shit. I really wish, chat, I felt comfortable just telling you what my thoughts are and who I want to pick, but I don't. I'm too like concerned with what who is going to be paying attention to this, because let me tell you, if any of these podcasters stream before a draft or podcast before a draft, I'm scouting. I'm keeping an eye on what they want and what they're doing, because the more information I get to figure out how I want to operate, the better. So I'll tell you tomorrow. I'll tell you all my thoughts tomorrow for sure. I did my own fanfic of 50 guys. Let me tell you, it is insane, especially since we don't know the divisions. I worked at a hotel and I'd say enjoy your stay or safe travels to guests, and I often go to YouTube back. Maybe they're like safe travels back home after your shift. Like, is it that kind of thing? Or enjoy your day. Or I guess stay. Shit, not day. You're right. Terrence probably watching on 2 burners. Why need 2 burners? I prefer spoiling their names and calling a female yuck. I mean, if you don't want to use the word female, you can go a woman. The woman from 49. The man from 49. Do you know what time we're streaming tomorrow? I do not know. We have to spin the wheel and see what's on the wheel first. Because if it's a very dense podcast stream, then we need more time. They might be watching with their alt accounts. It's entirely possible. Entirely possible. All right, chat. I'm going to try this fucking baby food. I have enough coffee to wash it down if I need it. And then we're going to spin the wheel. See what the wheel brings us to. Oh my God. It looks like yak. I can't. I know it's just baby food. Ugh, but what was the dense? Ugh! Oh my god! It looks nasty. Okay, you know what? Again. Oh, I can hear Leon is about to run in. I haven't tried it yet.
Did you try it?
No, but look, chat. Look at this. It's got like a red ring in it.
Ew, wait, I want to see.
I know. Are you in your bathing suit?
Yeah. My pants fell off.
You're...
Well, my legs are wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here to watch you eat it.
I am not. My hand's shaking.
You want me to help you?
No.
You want me to feed you like a baby?
I do not. No, Susie, no. No.
you
Susie
baby?
coming out of lurk mode to tell me she can airplane it in is wild.
Yeah, exactly. Here comes the airplane.
I'm just scared. I have coffee so I can wash it down.
Ew.
What do you mean, ew?
Do you want water?
Water washes no taste down.
You're gonna ruin
Drinking
the coffee.
water. It's
You're
almost
gonna
done anyway.
ruin
I'm gonna chug it.
coffee. Okay.
Drinking water covers no taste. You always, if you're trying to cover a taste, you get soda or you get coffee. Nothing else will do the trick.
Okay.
All right.
Do you need a bib?
No, let's talk about the draft real quick.
Ugh, I don't want to talk about the draft anymore. It's like all we talked about yesterday.
Well, it's been a pretty tense 48 hours.
Why has it been a tense 48 hours?
How have we talked about it? Whoa, do not name any names. Do not name any names of who said what or anything.
Okay.
I've not named who has had any thoughts.
Okay.
I know, but you might.
But what do you want me to say? Then what do you want to talk about when it comes to the
Who
draft?
do you want? Who do you want to pick?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I'll
great.
figure it out when I get there.
What kind is it again?
I'm gonna
Liana
draft
bought me
Jonathan.
Harvest Turkey dinner.
It's the only meat one I could find.
Well, that's on you and and chat for picking this.
Chat, they could have niced you. The banana one did look really good.
Chat said banana one would be good.
Yeah, but they didn't vote for it.
Yeah.
Do not stir it?
I've already gotten a little spoonful out. I'm not going back in for seconds.
Oh, okay. Because there was like some weird liquid in it.
The film on top.
Yeah, like clear liquid.
Clear?
Yeah, it was like a solid mass in the middle. And then there was like liquid on it.
All right, I'm getting mixed messages. Are we meant to stir this or not stir this?
Make a poll.
No, I don't want a poll. Also, I'm just gonna eat the one that's on my spoon. I got a spoon out.
Okay, he's already spooned it, chat.
Yeah, I've already spooned it.
You should stir it because it separates. But did you show him? It's like a solid mass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like look. There's like a liquid that you can see.
Well, maybe that's what they mean by it separates.
And then it's like a puck in the middle.
Okay, they're saying yes, stir it.
I have my spoonful ready.
I'm ready.
Hold my hand.
Okay. I don't have pants on, so I don't want to come any closer.
I'm not gonna pull you in.
Okay.
I'm so scared. This is worse than
Why?
the jelly beans and the.
This isn't that bad.
It looks like
Do you want to have this, or do you want to have cat food?
neither.
I tried to do that thing where
Yeah.
you like give two bad
Yeah.
choices.
Okay, stay back. Stay back with your compromised situation. All right. We're just gonna do it. That's
How is it?
This is delicious.
Looks good. I'm leaving before he ropes me into eating some somehow.
You should try some.
Nope.
Beanie, you should try. Beanie, it's my 5 years of streaming.
And I'm so proud of you. And my family's proud of you. And we're all proud of you. So, congratulations.
And sometimes you are baby.
I'm baby.
Exactly.
No, you're baby.
No, you're baby.
No.
Would you rather eat 100 nuggets or baby food again? 100. Oh, fuck. That's a hard one. Liana! They're saying if I don't eat another spoon, no.
Wait, what are they saying?
Would I rather eat 100 nuggets or baby food again?
Okay, what would you rather do? 100 nuggets or baby food again?
Okay, taste-wise, 100 nuggets.
Yeah, but
Body-wise,
that little spoon of baby food, you could do that easy.
body-wise, I think 100 nuggets could put me out of commission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So baby food.
Do we have to do chapstick next year? No. No chapstick. No gross nothing.
Yeah, you should make a wager on the draft that you'll eat more baby food or something.
Why would I fucking do that?
I don't know. Why would you eat baby food?
Is this how you talk to your draft champion?
Ugh, okay, sorry, Mr. Champion.
Ugh, you started this.
Ugh.
You started this.
Ugh.
Bean, you're gonna be on my side tonight, right?
What do you mean be on your side?
I have a lot of enemies. The ops are ready.
It doesn't matter. The decision was made.
No, but just generally, they're gonna be mean to me.
Well, what do you? How can I best support you in this moment?
I don't know.
Fight somebody?
No, you don't fight anybody.
It's about to be a girl fight. You know, like that song.
Yeah. No, I just mean like, you'll defend me.
Yeah, but how do you want me to defend you?
If I get attacked verbally, you'll be like, stop that. He's nice.
You want me to say, stop that. He's nice.
Well, I'm mimicking you. You'd say something like that.
Okay, I'll say, stop that. He's nice. I can do that. Okay, Hold on, let me write that down.
You need to write down, stop that. He's nice. How about just on instinct? That's how you feel. How about that? She offered to try yesterday if you got more than one flavor. That's true, and I could have taken her up on it. But if I opened with trying the turkey harvest and then had to have more, I would have been so sad. I would have been distraught. All right. Thanks for hanging out.
You're welcome. Okay, hold on. Can I practice?
Practice what?
You tell me. You tell me. You pretend to be them, and I'll defend you.
No one asked, Pooya. You had the double grenade. You're shitty.
Stop that. He's nice. Is that good? Did I do good?
I hated it. What about like you roast them back?
Oh, okay. Your mom's a hoe.
Okay, leave. You cannot do that on the draft. Like, what are these two extremes?
How am I supposed to roast people?
Oh, God. So your line is either stop that he's nice or your mom's a hoe. That's
you said roast them.
Yeah.
So I roasted them. Bing bang bong, baby.
All right. Thanks, Bean.
Your hair is stupid. Is that good?
I don't know.
Is that a roast?
Which one are you saying that to?
I don't know. People. I want ones that are universal, so no matter who's attacking you, I've got a good comeback. Like, I don't want to say something that's, like, specific to, one of the drafters. Right?
But you're saying you're thinking about it.
Well, no, what I would prefer to have is, like, a list of roasts that I can use.
The problem is, with roasts, if you want them to be effective, they gotta match the person who's receiving them. Because, like, be like, yeah, well, you can't draft for shit is not really a roast.
Oh, I was thinking more personal attacks.
That's what you should do.
Again, like your mom's a hoe.
No. Well, someone did also say being a hoe isn't a roast.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just a traditional style.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this?
Damn. Get him. Got him, Bean.
Your shirt's dumb. Where'd you buy that? The stupid shirt store?
All right.
I'm gonna go put pants on.
All right, enjoy. Oh my God.
Hey,
what a fan.
Oh my God.
No, I wasn't. I didn't say anything. You didn't even let me qualify it.
That was, what did you say the other day? That was an experience.
What an experience. A fun
experience.
God damn. All right. Tonight's draft will be hilarious. It always is. It always is. You know, quote like from Back to the Future, hey, you get your hands off my girl. Well, there you go. All right. Yeah. What did we learn here today, chat? If the baby food was fruit flavored or applesauce, it would have been delicious and I would have eaten the whole thing. But turkey harvest, no. Although one jar is like 130 cal, so that's not bad. But I don't want it. So there you go. All right, I gotta line up the next. Let's see what the next wheel idea is, shall we? What's next from the minds of in the hands of the Less Than Two crew? What's next on our journey for the Promise Month? Giveaway? We can do giveaway. Actually, you know what? Okay, we'll do a double giveaway tomorrow. Okay, because I need to count all the missed teddies and make sure I'm not going over on the missed teddies. The last thing I want is to promise a missed teddy that's not there. So let me do that and I'll get back to you tomorrow, okay? Okay, deal. Cool. Okay. All right, we do this. And then we go here. There we go. Did it actually taste like Thanksgiving dinner? Walks like rain. When I tell you it did not. It tasted like... Ugh, I have this weird relationship with food where I never want to say any food is disgusting because it's food at the end of the day. There's a baby out there that there's a person out there that grew up on this baby food as a baby. There's a baby out there having this right now. I'm not going to say it's like nasty, but it had the consistency of snot, which I was not loving. All right. So chat, there's still 12 ideas on this board. Today was day 14, meaning we have 12 ideas still to go, and then still another pad and goose. So I think the days work out. Don't you? Exactly. All right. Let's see what's tomorrow. Tomorrow is... Uh-oh. All right. Only reason I say uh-oh is because I got to coordinate this with the one and only Boris. So let me hit her up. She just left too. She just come running back. Okay, maybe I might have to go get her, chat. I might have to go get her on this one. All right, 1 second. Liana, I need to talk to you. Oh my God. You're wearing less clothes than you did earlier. Oh my God. Okay, well, you don't need to come into frame, obviously.
Okay.
But it landed on Split Fiction for tomorrow. So we need to know.
Well,
you move over there. We need to know where you stand or what if you can do stream tomorrow or not. All right, you look like that makes it look like you're naked.
look how long my neck looks.
Okay, step back.
Okay.
You know what? Put this over here.
The problem. The problem is here. I'll stand all the way over here.
You don't need to stand all the way over there. Just.
I know, but I'm a shuffler.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, if tomorrow's not looking good, do we need to pick a day and lock it in from now for this? Because I don't want to go through a recurring situation.
Okay, so there's two things.
Okay.
So one I could do tomorrow.
You can.
Yeah, I have Pilates.
Okay.
Until 6.
Okay.
And then I could do after that.
Okay.
So I don't know what time you'd want to stream, like 6, 7.
If we do 7 our time, that's 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
That definitely works as like a regular time slot.
Okay.
So we can rock 8 p.m. Eastern. Could you commit to at least 9 p.m. our time, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, giving us about 2 hours?
I need to take a shower, so as long as maybe I shower before.
I mean, yeah, I can start stream, talk to chat, hang out until you are ready.
Okay. I just need to make sure that my computer can run it because I uninstalled it because I didn't have enough space on my computer.
What did you install instead?
Nothing. It was full. My computer was full. So I need to reinstall it.
Okay, so do I. I uninstalled it yesterday to install 2K NBA.
Okay.
So I can just reinstall it, but
Okay.
yeah.
And then, but
Full of what? Rob says full of what? What's on your computer?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Oh my God, Thundercats, relax. Move the box down to cover her box. She's not naked.
I have a swimsuit on.
Yeah.
I also need something for my computer, but I also need to mess with my computer. Would it be okay for my computer to sit on the ground for one split fiction game?
I think so, but also at the same time, do you want to just reschedule? That's also on the books because I'm hearing there's a couple of
Can
things
we do
that
it
need
on
to
a
go.
weekend, like a Saturday?
You want it like a Saturday? You want to do it on a Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do it next Saturday?
Yeah.
You want to commit to that?
Let me check my calendar.
Oh my God. Okay. She'll be ready, chat. We'll find out in a second. We had feet content earlier. We did not have feet content. That is not true. I will say, so yesterday I showed y'all some of the photos Liana and I took during Liana Day, which we went kayaking. And in one of the photos, a little bit of my foot was in view. And I was like, you know what? No one's good. Like, no one in the family group chat's going to bring this up. So that's fine. So let me just send this photo to the family group chat. Be like, hey, look, what's up? We're thinking about y'all. We went kayaking with you last night. So I sent it to the family group chat. And the first thing I'm like not looking at my phone really. We're like in the water. And then I get a notification. I look down and the first thing I see is your toe is in the foreground. And I was like, damn it. I knew I should have cropped out my goddamn feet. So yeah. And then I made sure y'all got the non-toe version. So yeah, I learned from my mistakes, chat. All right. I think I hear her. Oh, you had to find her phone, is what I'm being told. So we'll see. And then Leon, I have a couple questions for you after.
Oh my God, there's so many questions.
Why do you sound like this is a bad experience?
Stop it. He's nice. I'm gonna sit down.
No, you're in the shot. Here, you're safe now. For the love of God, there was like one gap and you managed to find the one place you would be.
Okay, yeah, I can do Saturday.
She can do Saturday. Chat, do we have a deal? Saturday works for y'all. What time Saturday would you like to do it?
Whenever. I have Pilates in the morning.
We get it. You go to Pilates.
We need to go to dinner with Martha and Tom.
Okay, we can also organize that.
Okay, I'm going to call him tomorrow.
We don't need to do split fiction at 10 a.m. So...
No.
That can be later in the day.
Okay. What time?
You tell ow.
You tell me.
What do you mean you tell me? Your schedule is the one we're working on.
What times
I could be live I could be live at 2. You want to do from 2 p.m.?
Okay, yeah, 2.
You want to do from 2 p.m.?
Yeah.
You want to counter program Blood on the Clock Tower?
Oh, okay. Well, then don't do that.
You said 2 p.m.?
I don't know. I didn't say 2 p.m. You said 2 p.m. Chat, what time do you want us to stream?
Chat, let's say, how many hours do you think you'd be able to give us? Like 2. Chat, what time would you want 2 hours of content on a Saturday? Whose time zone? Let's run with Eastern. It does look like I'm arguing with the wheel. This is true.
Yeah, because you're yelling.
Yeah. So Eastern time zone. 5 p.m. or 6. I'm seeing that. After Blood on the Clock Tower, please. 4 or 5. It will definitely be after Blood on the Clock Tower regardless. I'm just trying to get a ballpark after y'all. Right after Blood on the Clock. Right after Blood on the Clock Tower. Add Blood on the Clock Tower to the mix again. Okay. So if we get invited to Blood on the Clock Tower, would you be willing to play BOTC and then do split fiction? Or do you think you'd be like, I need a break. I can't do this?
I could do that.
You could do that?
Yeah.
You want to run that?
Yeah.
All right. We'll run that gambit?
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Lock it in. So... if we get invited to Blood on the Clock Tower, we'll play Blood on the Clock Tower, then we'll do that. In the event we don't get invited to Blood on the Clock Tower, there isn't a Blood on the Clock Tower, we'll like go live at like 6 p.m. Eastern. In the event that there is Blood on the Clock Tower, but we're not invited, we'll just go live after it's over.
That would be
there we
so
go.
Rude.
What if we didn't get invited? I don't know. I literally dissed Dwight like 2 days ago. So he might want to hit us with the revenge, which would be fair. All right, now I got to spin the wheel again, Liana. So
Yay!
Thank you for that. All right. Let's see. What do we get for tomorrow instead? So now there won't be a wheel spin on Thursday.
Friday.
Oh no, we do not have time for that. Oh, no, we do. 5 minutes with Clam and Pearl. Okay, I can do this. I have to set a webcam up on my phone, and then I gotta go hang out with them downstairs. And I think we can make that work.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Tomorrow is cat day. So the thing I was saying we do not have time for that was the other option that nearly landed on was ugly outfit stream, which also you are a part of because you have to we have to go out and shop for the ugly outfit together.
Yeah, I gotta take you to the store.
Yeah. And pick the outfit out.
Okay, so wait, you said you had more questions for me, or am I done?
Yeah, I do have more questions for you, Liana. Like, as you may know, it is my anniversary today, my streaming anniversary. So, what do we say in that situation?
Shut up, he's nice.
No.
Your mom.
We say happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, sweet bean.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Then we ask you, what's your favorite stream thing I've done in the last 5 years?
Can I just say the whole hype challenge?
Is that really your answer?
Yeah.
Why'd you like the hype challenge so much?
I thought it was fun.
What was the fun part?
I like a wheel. I like the physical wheel.
Yeah.
I like you spinning a physical wheel.
Yeah.
And I also it was like, this is gonna sound dumb because it's called the hype challenge, but like it was so hype.
And then can you think about like what was your favorite idea that happened off the hype challenge?
No.
Okay. What was your least favorite stream I've done?
I don't know. I probably didn't watch it.
Yeah, but you've heard all the ideas. Like just one off the top of your head, like, no, I wasn't really feeling that. Which is fair. You know, not every idea is a slam dunk or for everybody.
Well, I liked I would say any of the scary games that you played. The Resident Evil streams.
You didn't like those?
No, I like those. Those are all my favorite.
Okay, well, so you're still counting favorites.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, someone said the Reddit challenge we were invited to, the was it space?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did well.
Yeah.
That was fun getting into fights with the other creators.
Yeah.
But what was your least favorite, or one of the ones you didn't like?
I'm not a huge fan of the absolute audacity. What? I don't like it when people lie.
What? You watch reality TV?
Yeah, I like that lying.
What?
I feel like I don't know, maybe it's just I have sour taste in my mouth for hot takes.
What do you mean sour taste in your mouth for hot takes?
I'm like over hot takes. Because I feel like it's always such a annoying thing. There's always a discussion about what's a hot take and blah 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 blah.
I see. So you're just bothered by the concept of hot takes.
Yeah, but I think the absolute audacities are fun. I think you've had some fun moments. My favorite moment from an absolute audacity was obviously the Terran one with Pitbull.
The first one.
Yeah.
We really peaked is what you're telling me.
Well, no, but I
Well, Terran did not, like, that lie was that he was trying to be way too smooth with it, being like, he's a rapper. I was like, bro, Pitbull's not a rapper.
And then he's like, that's our Wikipedia says.
Yeah. That was part of the
me.
24-hour stream too, the first one.
Yeah.
That was great.
That was a really good moment.
Yeah.
That was very funny.
Yeah, I'm seeing me playing the Quarry. Walks Like Rain mentions.
Yeah.
Only Up was
Yeah.
fun. Only Up was that was a fun arc.
Walk.
I got really good by the end of that game.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the first game that, like, it was like I started on stream and I was like, I am fucking finishing this on stream. There's no way we're not finishing this.
Yeah.
I just watched that video today. Oh, shit.
Confidence Walk.
Confidence Walk has stuck for every game, even the spooky games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's good.
Yeah. Any other one of my stream ideas you didn't like?
No.
Yeah. What was your favorite cooking stream I did?
The beef Wellington.
That's right.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, remember when I made you lasagna?
Yeah.
And then you didn't eat it and I had to eat the whole lasagna myself over the week?
I'm just not a big lasagna person.
I know, but I thought you'd give it a college try.
I did.
No, you gave the baby food try.
Okay.
I'm going to make you a lasagna again.
Thanks.
When's the next cooking stream? That's a good question. We definitely have the real estate to do it now.
And
Yeah.
you can use the PAL camera and the PAL lighting.
Exactly. I have, and with the laptop down, like I wouldn't have to touch anything from my setup to set it up. It's perfect. Yeah. Are you guys gonna play Sims together again? Multiplayer Sims was fun.
Oh, that was very fun.
That was very fun. The raft days, the double date nights were phenomenal. Oh, that was such a good arc. So the thing with, and I've mentioned this a lot, the only problem with the multiplayer games during the weekdays is everyone's life is just
it's a nightmare to schedule.
All over the place. Like for the people that I would be asking are me, you, Scally, Jenny, Phil, and Lavina was about to join us when we stopped. Phil, I know, has like a wild job where he's commuting a lot. And these are not like updated as of yesterday. This is how everyone lives. This is how I've known it to be. So things could have changed. You, more often than not, will come home at like 7 our time. Or 6 our time, 7, around that ballpark. So you would be jumping from work to playing, which then would give you no free time. Okay. I'm available, but that's just me. Scally, I also know, has his own like schedule that I gotta like coordinate. So it's tough. It's not impossible, but I don't know if it'll ever end up being a consistent weekly series again. Yeah. But I can also just ask all of you and figure it out.
Just go like rub some bats on some people and see if we can get another COVID going.
Oh my God! All right, your excuse.
Yay!
I swear you saw. You know what? She was sitting there brewing. Like, what can I say to make him kick me out of this room? And she was like, you know what? Yep, I figured it out. All right, get out of there, outlandish. Thank you. All right. Yeah, me and the wheel beefing. All right. Okay, let's put that down. Yeah. There we go. What is Liana like? Not like I was lasagna. Liana doesn't like that it's all these like layers of meat and carbs. That's what it is for Liana. I like Goose Goose, but switching over different multiplayer games for some weeks would be fun. The tough part for that, Walkstar Crane, like if my lobby was all streamers, fully, because I'm like, hey, buy this game, we'll play it, but then also you can play it with your community, you can do other stuff with it. But it's a tough ask to tell someone to buy a game and then maybe we play it once and never again. You know, like as a streamer, I don't mind doing the risk and doing stuff like that. But we can sub the meat and carbs with veggie. We've talked about that. It won't hit quite the same for her. Random by do miss Gardic Phone. Gardic Phone was a little bit of a fun journey we had, especially during those nights where we would switch over from Goose Goose to it for a little bit. I did fuck with the Gardic Phone era. I feel like the Gardic Phone era, that's the thing, right? You think about the Gardic Phone era that people still talk highly about. That was like 3 years ago. I remember us Gardic phoning at my old apartment. Not the last one, the one before that, the first one where I started streaming from. Some people could not draw for shit. I'm some people. All right, so tomorrow, chat, we're going to do 5 minutes with Clam and Pearl. I will be, okay, so would you rather it would be, you know what? I'm just going to set up a poll, chat. I know that obviously the 139 people that are in here right now are not going to be the same people here tomorrow. Some maybe, there's going to be some crossover, but I'm going to set up a poll right now. And what I'm going to let in the hands of the fans, to commemorate the draft today and to commemorate the season 50. What time should the stream be tomorrow? Should it be at 5 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Eastern, or 8 p.m. Eastern as the start time? You have 2 minutes. Decide. I will go with that. What's wild is that could literally be like 20 of you saying this time, and then it ends up being like the time that not everyone's available. But in the hands of the fans. Moo times 4. That was the Gardic Phone. Yeah, that was me doing 4 cows. Maddie Dubs, thank you for the primes. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Are you using the time change and taking time change into consideration? I'm getting better at it, Stephanie. Like a couple of times on this stream, I have to look at the time and be like, okay, it's 5 plus 1. Okay, so it's 6 p.m. Eastern right now, which means draft is at 7. So I have less than an hour. So that kind of thing has been a little bit tough. Okay, it looks like one time is winning amongst more, because this also gives me a better idea of what time zones work, what time works better for all the time zones, right? Like, because 7 p.m. Eastern, for example, if that does end up winning, is 6 p.m. Central, is 4 p.m. Pacific, That seems to work for most people than anything. I always would have assumed 8 p.m. is the move, because it's 5 p.m. Pacific and people work till 5, then they're off work kind of thing. But yeah, would you ever consider doing a Gartic Phone stream? I don't know if that was answered. It wasn't answered, Joey. I'm down to do Gartic Phone, but not as a standalone stream. Like, I don't think I could go live and just do Gartic Phone for the whole day. Like, I don't think I would do that. But if it was a part of something else, I would be open to it. Like, we've had like game nights where we've done that, or like a community game night could be a move for Gartic Phone. I would definitely be down with that. Been around a bit, but doing things around the house. Sounds good, Matty Dubs. Happy Pride to Lesson 2. Yes, happy Pride. Pride Month has begun, which I think moving forward, I will be referring to the Promise Month in the stream title still, and when we're here. But on the socials, I will just write day 14, day 15, so as to not confuse anybody who's speed reading and says, how is Pride Month in day 15 already? It's like, that's not the case. It's Promise Month. But yeah, you can just give us times in CT and we can do the math. I'll always do it anyway since I'm on PT. Oh, there we go, Walkside Crane. Yeah, it's hard for me to shake it. I think Beef Wellington was my intro to Pooya streams. Haven't left since. Fan, I appreciate that. I'm very excited at the prospect of, okay, so it's decided for tomorrow. It's 7 p.m. Eastern. 7 p.m. Eastern, aka 4 p.m. Pacific, aka 6 p.m. Central. That's what we're working with tomorrow. And then we'll hang out for like an hour or more, but we will get at least 5 minutes with the girls downstairs. And I'll try and see if I can set up my mic pack so that I don't have to be here physically to talk for the chat to hear. But I'm not sure if that'll work. We'll have to find out. That I'm not sure about. Yeah, I can double check on that though. All right, chat. That was good. I'm happy we got to hang out today, celebrate the 5 years together. If at any point, I know tonight a lot of you asked about different stream ideas of what happened to this or can we get that. Feel free to ask about stuff like that at any point. Like even asking me on a regular stream day of like, hey, would you do more of this or that? Because that's my best way of knowing what y'all are looking for. Or if I'm like, I don't think something's going to happen, I can communicate that to you like directly. But I think it's a good way to have the conversation, keep the conversation going, you know, regardless of whether it's like the 5 years or not. And the feedback form goes a long way as well. If you want to leave your feedback in there, suggestions or anything, I'll always take those. Looking forward to listening to you guys in 53 minutes. Hell yeah. Just one last thing. If you want to check out some Goose later, it is on the old YouTube channel. It's on that link, but also you can subscribe to the YouTube channel here to get that. All right. So the one last thing I will tell you is I'm going to be giving Liana the first pick in the draft. That woman is my rock. She's my best friend. And once upon a time, she gave me first pick and I was able to pick the winner. And I repaid her by not giving her first pick. So I'm going to give her the first pick here. So yeah. Plus, she nearly beat me in the draft. And, you know, I want to put respect on her name. All right. Shocker. Jen, what a surprise, huh? What a surprise. You taking second? I am heavily considering taking second. Yes. That would give me second pick, 13th pick, and 16th pick, which I'm actually very happy with. Do we get to find out who gets last? No, because I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I'm trying to decide if giving someone 6th is worse than 7th. Because 7th, you get 2 back-to-back, and that could be, you could get sniped with at the 6th spot. So I kind of want to go that direction more than anything. For if I'm giving someone last pick, it's more so the 6th pick. I think 7th is not a bad spot to land. So we'll see. We'll see. Don't do what to Chappelle again? So we'll see, chat. We'll see what happens. But one thing's for sure, I'm very excited at the prospects of the draft. So I'm going to go ahead, get ready, dress up, and see. Can I ask how you decided on Bean being the pet name for Liana? Jill, I don't know where it happened. All I know is I started using it, and it wasn't Bean, it was Beanie. I started using it in some capacity while we were texting and stuff. And then she started using it, and then it kind of stuck as like the ad lib nickname, pet name. Some people got Babe, we got Beanie. I don't know how, but yeah. All right, chat. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy. Hopefully you don't have any Sunday scaries. Hopefully neither of us have any Sunday scaries. I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern with 5 minutes of hangouts with Clam and Pearl, or more. Who knows? And then check out the draft if you're a patron. That's happening in less than an hour. And the reigning champ has some plans. All right, Jack. Take care. Have a good one.